ladies and gentlemen, we forgot our next guest on the stream. We're sort of finding and picking them out as they come and go. Simon.
Hi, lovely to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure, man. Like, look, I want to get straight into the thick of it. Can we give a little intro about what you do and who you are?
All right, sounds great. I'm an engineer turned a product person. Mm-hmm. I work in BetterStack. I've been there for almost 3 years now, and we are
3 years from now.
Yes.
So, kind of like when GPT 3.5 got released.
Oh yeah.
Or is it just before that?
It was just before that.
Nice.
So yeah, I've seen all of the AI transformation roll out go out as I was working there. So yeah, it's a great time to be in tech in the age of AI. Everything changing so quickly.
What does BetterStack do?
We are an observability company, and we make it really easy for companies to make sense of what infrastructure they have, what all the services are doing, if they have errors, how many requests, if there's any issue on the infra, and then on top of that we are working on AI SRE agent that will find the root cause for the incidents you get in your infrastructure. So it will take all the context we collect for you that we have about your infra and use that to actually give you the root cause for the incidents as they are happening.
Okay, so I got it. So if I'm explaining this in layman's terms, it's we pull together all your insights in one place, we create superpowered dashboards so that you can have a better stack.
Exactly.
I like it. It's best ad read possible. All right. I know that you, we were speaking off camera, I know you come from an engineering background and now you work on product. What's the transition been like in the last 3 years?
It's been very natural actually, because in my previous job I also worked on observability, but very internally. So
how are we defining observability today? It's a name it's a word I keep hearing.
Yeah. So
infra was what it was the word of the last 5-6 months, and now it's observability.
So there is so many takes on this, but usually observability would mean your ability to get information about your system so that you can have charts and to be able to see what's going on inside your system at any point in time.
Clear.
So that you don't have to proactively SSH into your server and check on it and babysit it, but you have all the information throughout the history, so you can compare trends between what happened before, how is it different from now, is there an actual issue, because you have all this data, you already have it saved, and you can build on that and compare trends, figure out.
And so the ability to compare trends is obviously massively increased. And how do you design a UX, but maintain a solid engineering backend that allows for a customer to use BetterStack really easily?
So this is the tricky part, because first thing is actually having the data, and then just having the data is not enough. You need the other step where you surface it in the most meaningful way possible, and that goes way down, way deep into what is the data actually representing about the user system. What does it represent for the user? And
so it almost needs a semantic understanding.
Yes.
Of what's important to the user. Got it. Keep going.
So this way, when you build this link between the data and the reality is describing, you can get into the space where you automatically alert people proactively about any anomalies, about anything going wrong in their system.
Yep.
And they don't need to set it up, because chances are the infra is similar. You are using all the same technologies as all the other companies. So why wouldn't you have alerts out of the box that just work for you, even though you didn't have to configure individual thresholds, go deep into settings, do everything manually? You can have it just work because there are not that many differences between one database and between Postgres somebody else is running and that you are running.
Why did you transition from engineering to product?
I really like this question. So for me, it was very natural. I was always looking for the next step, or where I can get the most leverage out of my work.
Clear.
So I would find myself working on a problem and then coming to a place where I was asking myself, well, this is part of the bigger thing that we should address first. That is much higher priority, and as time went, I graduated towards like figuring out what is the bigger problem with more priority to look at, and this led me to from engineering to product, where it's dominantly about which problems to solve and how to solve them. So this kind of gradual, very natural transition worked for me.
Do you enjoy the UX side of product?
Oh yeah. I think I don't want to brag.
Where are you getting your cues from? Like, who makes great products today outside of what you build?
We use Linear internally for to
great product,
making
really good product,
really good product. And
I haven't had any of the team on yet, but I want to. I just want to talk to them.
Oh
about
yeah,
how
you
they've
should
been able to
absolutely
make a
get
great, awesome
somebody on. I really like what they do. I like the attention to
detail. Is it
detail.
built into the workflow of what you do?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We rely on it quite heavily. We have so many tasks there. Sometimes we break it by how many tasks we do. But I think that's what happens if you just keep shipping. It puts strains on all the tools you use, and that's okay.
Speaking of shipping, there's this trend, and it's always been there in startups, right? Where to compete, you have to move at speed, and everyone's moving at a faster speed than ever before. Mm-hmm. That's sort of supercharged with the technologies and the foundational models. For you and the team, BetterStack, how are you thinking about maintaining speed and maintaining velocity?
I really like this angle. Let me talk about what I think why it's so important to ship fast nowadays. I think it's so much different now with AI because it's so much harder for companies to build an advantage, build a moat over other companies and have something stable, something that just stays as a competitive advantage. And so the number one thing you can do is really focus on shipping fast, mm-hmm. because the speed just allows you to win against the competition. And how we think about shipping things fast. One of the most important things we do is cutting the unnecessary communication from the loop. So instead of, say, having a meeting where 4 people figure out how to do a thing, you would just have 2 people talking to each other because one has the information and the other is going to work on the thing. So they just exchange the information.
How long is it till it's you, the other person, and just an AI agent that then goes and does the work? That's a great thing. I also want to touch up at the AI use within in engineering. I think for BetterStack, AI tools, if you join BetterStack, AI tools are no longer optional. Like if you are an engineer, most of our engineers use like Cloud Opus and then run multiple work trees so they can work in parallel on multiple things. Mm-hmm. And if you are in our customer team, then you would be using a custom in-house built-in LLM tool that knows all of our product, all of our documentation, and it just suggests you what you can reply, what is the most relevant info. You've built in design principles, you built in the relevant knowledge,
yeah.
And so you're able to talk to it and riff with it on, like, is this a natural next step for what we want to build?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool. How long is that quite easy to build internally?
Well, think about it the way that you put everything you want everything you need into the context, and then it can answer things about the product. One thing that AI does really well, and we use it, for example, when answering questions of customers, where if you hire a new person that would be answering customer questions, it takes a lot of time to catch up on all the things that were happening in the product, but AI is just so fast and so good at having all that context available so that people get up to speed much quicker and can have the most relevant info available at their hands.
From a product perspective, are you working on the front end of products typically, of like how great it looks, or is it from like a consumer experience perspective?
Well, this kind of ties back to how we work in engineering and product in BetterStack. We think about things very end to end.
Okay.
So you wouldn't have one engineer change an API and then second engineer build front
So they're
end
like
on top of
blended
it.
roles.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
And so you have an understanding, and so you're able to work on the back end and the engineering side of the product as well as the front end.
yeah,
Okay.
I think this is similar to how design is not just how things look, but how they work. So the whole end-to-end approach just means that you minimize the communication. It allows you to go faster. You have one person that's responsible. There is less noise, less thing get lost in the transition. I think not everybody likes to work this way, but we hire generalists. We deliberately tailored our hiring to hire people who will work great for the company and people who will enjoy doing so. And this is I think ultimately what allows us to ship fast and go fast. Just being very end-to-end, single responsibility oriented, and hiring for that specifically.
What is difficult within the context of your role right now? Is it that the models have limits and you find them because you are such a high-powered user and a power user of it, or is it something else?
So for the one thing about the AI models is one thing that is hard about working with LLMs and AI models is that you are trying to solve a problem and you might be thinking that it's not you are testing things and it's not a great fit for the model, and then suddenly when you swap the model for different one, more expensive one, reasoning model, it just clicks and it starts working. And I had this experience with we're building a chatbot that's the AI SRE chatbot that will give you the root cause for your incidents. When things go wrong, it will tell you what happened. And there is a lot of tool use involved. And if you have such a complicated problem, you really need a smart and powerful model. And you might be thinking like the tools are wrong or the prompts are wrong or something doesn't work. But actually, sometimes it's just like you can't be cheap and you need the expensive, the better models, and it unlocks a new level of. It just works.
Are the reasoning models, in your experience, are they really like a step change above the traditional more general models that we sort of use today?
I think about this like a toolbox where you would use hammer for a different thing than a drill. Where if you need to summarize something, you can use Gemini Flash and you will be absolutely fine. It will be fast and it will be actually better because it's just quick and happens.
Got it.
And then if you get in a situation where you actually need the agent to interact with multiple tools, multiple sources of information, and then reason about it and realize it made a mistake and have a huge context with all the history, then you need to grab something more powerful, like a drill.
God, and so the reasoning models can be drills, they can be other tools, and the more general models are sort of, I'm just got a hammer, I'm just going to bash it in for a little bit, see if that does the job.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. How do you think about where this moves forward in the next few years? Obviously, like a lot of companies can't predict the next 6 months just because everything's moving at speed. For you, when you look at the role of what you do on a daily basis, end-to-end product to engineering to product, do you see a lot of that being automated away by these reasoning models, these models, or do you see actually I've got to put in more time and effort than ever before?
I think, well, I see there's a lot of fear in people. People are always talking about how AI replaces people. And I think that's a wrong way to think about it. AI replaces tasks. And if like whatever somebody is doing is so simple that it can be replaced, the task was replaced, the person can do something else. But ultimately, we should strive to have more, to do more, and to do more, you need to figure out what are all the individual tasks that help you get where you need to go. And then with AI, you can actually work faster because you can automate the individual tasks away, but you still need the direction. You still need to steer where things go. And I think that's something that's we are very, very far away from AI, from us delegating the steering of building things to AI.
Do you have a particular model or foundational model company that you like to use?
I think I'm gonna go back to the toolbox analogy where
Different models for different things.
Exactly.
I've got to ask, do you use Grok?
I had really good experience with Grok Code Fast,
Oh yeah?
and sometimes I wish it was called Grok Code Right, but I have to say it is fast and it takes vibe coding to a whole new level where you kind of no longer can check everything that it does because it's just so fast.
It's just that quick.
It's just that quick. And I like Claude models for like general coding use. And then one thing that ChatGPT 5 is doing really well is just like being able to know when it's supposed to check the information it's providing. That's one of the no hallucination thing they were marketing.
Yep.
I was using ChatGPT 5 for a little bit. And in most cases, the hallucinations are just not there.
Is that because you prompt well, and so your context prompting is better than mine, as an example?
I think that's part of it, but if I compare head to head, OpenClaw and ChatGPT, I would see ChatGPT actually figure out that it needs to cross-check this with internet. It has all the information, and it uses it, versus. Claude would often just like rely on information you give it, and you need to be like very careful what input goes in because whatever input goes in goes out. Where ChatGPT would be much more proactive and like checking itself and thinking like, oh, I should be really searching, I should be Googling for this and pulling in the information and then using that to actually answer the question, versus just like wildly assuming that it's 3 pages of something and generating an answer out of that, which is the Claude way to do things.
My man, this has been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for the time. We're going to let you get back on to checking out the devs and the hacks.
Thank you so much for having me.
Maybe some food and coffee. I will see you soon. Thanks so much for